Hey friends, Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about makeup I regret not buying. And I saw this video a couple times. I believe Samantha March might have created, I guess, this video idea. And I also saw Liv Loves Her Makeup do this video, so I wanted to do this as well. And I just thought it was a very interesting concept and everything. Because people talk about makeup they regret buying or just disappointing products. People talk about just makeup they're not gonna buy. But I've never seen all too many people talk about makeup they regret not buying, and I feel like that always happens. You don't get a product and you regret it and you're just like, why? Yeah, it's just so interesting, and I wanted to make the video so bad. And I don't have a ton of products. I think I might have around 10, so let's just get right into the makeup that I regret not buying. So the first product I regret not buying is an eyeshadow palette from Too Faced. This is a limited edition eyeshadow palette, I feel like a couple years ago, and this is the Too Faced Stardust with Vegas Nay collection palette kind of thing. I believe it might have came with a single eyeshadow, an eyeshadow primer, and a mascara. I'm not actually sure, but I regret not getting this palette. At the time, I didn't know who Vegas Nay is, and honestly, to this day, I don't really know who she is. I know she's an Instagram girl, I believe she has an Instagram and everything, but I didn't know who she was at the time, and I wasn't too into Too Faced when this came out. I wasn't into high-end makeup ton. I had I think an Urban Decay palette and maybe the Lorac palette, but I didn't really have too much high-end makeup, so this wasn't a need for me at the time. I honestly probably didn't know much about it at the time, but this looks like such a pretty palette, and they're all my colors. They're kind of colors that I would like. There's purples in there, there's bronzy shades in there, there's a lot of good highlight shades in there, and then there's also a nice gold in there, black, and it just looks like such a KD palette, which I'm kind of why didn't you get this? And honestly, if this was for sale today, I would totally get this because it's such a pretty palette, and I just love the colors in the palette. I feel like it's just such a nice palette. I love it, and I heard the pigmentation on these shadows were really good. They blended over the eyes just very nicely, and I've heard good things about this palette, so if I saw it on Poshmark or Depop, I would so buy it, but I still regret not buying this because it's so pretty and just because of what I've heard about the pigmentation. So the next palette I regret not buying actually wasn't out for all too long, because you'll know what I'm talking about when I tell you what it is, and that is the Champagne collection from Jaclyn Hill. And what I'm talking about is the face palette from Jaclyn Hill. I believe this was the Champagne face palette. So this palette came with 2 blushes, a bronzer, and 2 highlights. I believe it has Champagne Pop in it and Prosecco Pop, and I believe Prosecco Pop you can now buy in a full size, I believe, in their shimmering skin perfector, and the blushes might be available in split pans. They did come out with split pans after this collection was discontinued, and this was probably, I think, maybe 2015 or maybe early 2016 when this happened. Basically what happened, if you don't remember, is that they took the Champagne collection down. They also had eyeshadows, and then they had the face palettes, and they took the eyeshadow palette and the face palette down after not that long. I feel like it might have been up for a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm not actually sure, but it was up for a very short amount of time, and they pulled it from the stocks, and I never got to try it, but I wasn't planning on buying it because I was oh, it's limited edition, it'll stay around for a little bit, and I just never bought it. I just love Champagne Pop, and I love the look of Prosecco Pop, and then I also love I just think the blushes are pretty. It has a nice bronzer in there. I just thought it was a very nice palette. It just looks like something nice to own, and looking at it looks pretty, but I know there were inconsistencies, so it doesn't really say if you would get a good palette. But honestly, with all that being said, I still regret not buying this because I love Jaclyn. I love look at this palette, and it just looks like something I would have loved. I regret that I never purchased this before it was pulled off the shelves, but maybe it's all for good, you know what I mean? Okay, so the next palette I regret not buying is from Becca Cosmetics, and this is dating a while back. This was out years and years ago, and this is the Becca Cosmetics and It's Judy Time collaboration palette. I don't remember when this came out, but I will put it on the screen, and I believe it was out for a couple years before there was no more stock with this. So I think maybe 4 years ago, or maybe even longer than that, I subscribed to Judy, and I think this palette was out then. I just loved it, but I think this was maybe 2 years ago when this palette was dying down. They didn't have any copies on BH Cosmetics Cosmetics, and they had a little bit of a stock on Amazon, but I just never ended up buying it off Amazon, which I definitely regret not doing. I definitely should have bought this off Amazon. I just think it's such like a me palette. There's a bunch of neutral shades in it. It has some purples, which I love. I love purple. Hence my walls, like it's my favorite color, and it just looks like such a beautiful palette. And I love Judy. I seriously do love her vlogs, love her regular videos. I just love her, and she has a Pixie palette out right now, and I definitely need to get that. I still haven't got my hands on it, but I will. And it's just such a pretty palette, and you know, if it came out tomorrow, like if they had like a tiny bit of a stock left, I would definitely buy it because it's Judy's palette, and I just love like the colors. I just think it's such a pretty palette, and I love my Carly Bible and my Katiexobeauty palette, so definitely if there were more of it, I would definitely, you know, buy some. I know I'm mentioning a ton of palettes, but palettes are mainly my main regret. So the next round of palettes are all from Lorac. I basically regret not buying all Lorac Pro Mega palettes. So there's a Lorac Pro Mega Pro 1. Wow, that's a mouthful. Then there's the Mega Pro 2, and then the Mega Pro 3. I mostly regret not buying the Mega Pro 3. I just think that is such a beautiful palette. It's definitely my favorite combination of colors out of all the Mega Pro palettes, and I have the Lorac Pro 1 and 3 just have the regular size Pro palettes, and I love those. And Lorac has definitely the creamiest, most pigmented shadows I've ever had, and I just love them so much. I think they're beautiful and everything, and I like the colors out of all the palettes, but definitely I regret buying the Pro 3 the most because that just had the most beautiful shades in them. And recently they just re-released these for a limited time, and I didn't pick it up then just because I'm a college student. I'm so broke right now, but if they ever re-release these again, I would definitely have to pick them up because they are beautiful. They are just like the most perfect palette ever. So the last makeup product I regret not buying is from Becca Cosmetics again. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Quarts. This was in limited edition packaging, and I believe it's still limited edition. I don't think they added it to their like permanent line or anything like that, and I still regret not buying this. This is like a rose gold shade, which I feel like is so pretty, and I've seen it swatched and it is super pretty, and I still regret not buying this. And I believe they have a similar shade to it that's like a gold and a rose gold mixed into one, which I might try, but I definitely regret not buying this because I love rose gold and I just love the way it looks, and I feel like it would look good on my skin tone, and it's just such a pretty highlight. Like it just looks beautiful, and I love my Champagne Pop highlights, so I definitely regret not buying this one because the Becca highlights are among one of my favorites. And yeah, that is definitely a makeup regret for me. Definitely regret not buying all of these products, but definitely that one. I just, you know, kind of had those regrets. I'm kind of crying on the inside, you know, but then at the end of the day, it is all makeup. It's just makeup. Even if it kills you not to own something that was limited edition, it's just makeup. It's not a big deal. You're gonna live. You're not dying. It's fine. I'm not dying. I'm okay. And you never know what will happen. Maybe they'll re-release some of these as limited edition products again. So yeah, that's all for the makeup that I regret not buying. This is definitely an interesting video to make. If you want me to make like a part 2 of this, maybe in a couple months I will do that and everything like that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please comment down below any makeup you regret not buying. I'd love to have a little conversation in the comments down below, and also let me know any other videos I'd see next. Back to school videos, makeup videos, beauty videos, lifestyle videos, whatever you want to see, let me know down below. And please subscribe if you haven't already because I post videos every single week, and I would love for you to just be subscribed to my channel, and also hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified. That'll just let you know when my videos go up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!